Imagine being on a first-class flight, surrounded by luxury and comfort. Now, picture the moment when a fellow passenger starts insulting one of the kindest celebrities in Hollywood. That's exactly what happened on a recent flight, and the outcome will leave you speechless. Hey there, amazing viewers. Before we dive into this incredible story, if you're loving what you see, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It means the world to us. Now, let me ask you something. Where in the world are you watching this video from? Drop your country in the comments below. We love hearing from our global family. Alright, let's get back to our story. Buckle up, because this is going to be one unforgettable journey. It was a bright, sunny morning at Los Angeles International Airport. The hustle and bustle of travelers from all walks of life filled the terminal. Among the crowd, a man we'll call Tom strode confidently towards the first-class lounge. Tom was feeling on top of the world. He had just closed a multi-million-dollar deal, and he was ready to celebrate his success in style. As he sipped his complimentary champagne in the lounge, Tom couldn't help but feel a sense of superiority. He looked around at his fellow passengers, silently judging them, wondering if any of them could possibly be as successful as he was. When it was time to board, Tom was among the first to enter the plane. He made his way to his luxurious first-class seat, already planning how he would use this flight to network and possibly make more business connections. As he settled into his seat, Tom noticed a man in a baseball cap and sunglasses sitting across the aisle. The man seemed vaguely familiar, but Tom couldn't quite place him. What struck Tom most was how ordinary the man looked, certainly not like someone who belonged in first class, or so Tom thought. What Tom didn't realize was that the man in the cap was none other than Keanu Reeves, the beloved actor known for his roles in The Matrix, John Wick, and countless other films. Keanu, being the humble soul he is, was trying to keep a low profile, hoping for a peaceful flight without the fuss that often comes with celebrity recognition. As the plane took off, Tom started to get chatty. He was in a boastful mood and began talking loudly about his recent business success. He bragged about his expensive watch, his fancy car, and his big house. Other passengers tried to politely nod and smile, but it was clear they were becoming uncomfortable with Tom's excessive bragging. Tom then turned his attention to the man in the cap. "Hey, buddy," he said, his voice dripping with condescension. "What do you do for a living? Bet it's nothing as impressive as what I do." Keanu, always polite, simply smiled and said, "I'm in the entertainment industry." Tom scoffed. "Entertainment? Like a clown or something? That's cute. I make real money, you know. I close deals that probably cost more than you'll make in a lifetime." The other passengers started to shift uncomfortably in their seats. They recognized Keanu and couldn't believe what they were hearing. Some exchanged worried glances, wondering if they should intervene. Instead of getting angry or defensive, Keanu responded with kindness. "That's great that you're successful," he said, his voice calm and genuine. "Everyone's path is different, and that's what makes life interesting. I'm sure your work is very rewarding." Tom, however, wasn't done. He continued to brag and put down Keanu's career choice. "Entertainment is for people who can't do real work," he sneered. "It's all make-believe and pretend. In my world, we deal with real things, real money, real success." At this point, a flight attendant approached. She was a big fan of Keanu and couldn't stay quiet any longer. "Excuse me, sir," she said to Tom, her voice trembling slightly with excitement. "Do you know who you're talking to?" Tom looked confused. "Some wannabe actor or something, right?" The flight attendant smiled. "Sir, that's Keanu Reeves, one of the most successful and beloved actors in Hollywood." Tom's face turned pale. His jaw dropped, and for a moment, he was speechless. He suddenly realized why the man looked so familiar. He had just spent the last hour insulting Keanu Reeves, a man known not just for his acting skills but for his incredible kindness and humility. The realization hit Tom like a ton of bricks. He had made a complete fool of himself in front of not just Keanu Reeves, but an entire first-class cabin. The shame and embarrassment washed over him in waves. Instead of gloating or getting upset, Keanu did something amazing. He stood up, extended his hand to Tom and said, "No hard feelings, man. We all have bad days sometimes. How about we start over? I'm Keanu, nice to meet you." The entire cabin held its breath, watching this interaction unfold. It was a moment of pure grace and forgiveness that none of them would ever forget. Tom was speechless. Here was a man he had just insulted, offering him kindness and understanding. He shakily shook Keanu's hand, mumbling apologies. "I'm so sorry, Mr. Reeves. I had no idea. I've been such a jerk." Keanu just smiled. "Please call me Keanu. And don't worry about it. Let's just enjoy the rest of the flight, okay?" The other passengers watched in awe. This was a real-life lesson in humility and forgiveness playing out right before their eyes. As the flight continued, something remarkable happened. Keanu and Tom actually started talking. But this time, the conversation was different. Keanu shared stories from his career, not to brag, but to entertain. He talked about the challenges of filmmaking, the joys of bringing characters to life, and the incredible people he's met along the way. Tom listened, truly listened, for perhaps the first time in years. He found himself fascinated by Keanu's experiences and perspectives. As Keanu spoke, Tom began to realize that success could be measured in so many ways beyond just money and status. As they were disembarking, other passengers came up to Keanu, not for autographs, but to thank him for the lesson in kindness they had all witnessed. One passenger said, "I've always been a fan of your movies, but now I'm a fan of you as a person. Thank you for showing us what real class looks like." Another added, "The way you handled that situation was incredible. You've taught us all a valuable lesson today." Keanu, being Keanu, was humble about it all. He thanked the passengers for their kind words and said he was just trying to be a decent human being. Tom left the plane a changed man. The encounter with Keanu Reeves had completely altered his perspective on life and success. He realized that his behavior had been not just rude, but also shallow and meaningless. In the days that followed, Tom found himself reflecting deeply on his life choices. He started to question the values he had held so dear, the pursuit of money and status above all else. He began to wonder what it would be like to measure his success not by the size of his bank account, but by the positive impact he could have on others. Word of this in-flight encounter quickly spread. People shared the story on social media, praising Keanu for his incredible response to such a difficult situation. The story was picked up by news outlets, blogs, and podcasts. It became a reminder to everyone that kindness and humility are far more valuable than any material success. People from all over the world commented on how this story had inspired them to be better, to show more compassion, and to rethink their definitions of success. In a world where it's easy to get caught up in material success and status, Keanu Reeves showed us all what really matters. His response to Tom's insults wasn't just about being nice. It was about showing true strength of character. This story teaches us several important lessons. Kindness is always the best response, even in the face of rudeness or aggression. Never judge someone based on appearances or assumptions. True success is measured by how you treat others, not by your wealth or status. It's never too late to change your attitude and become a better person. Forgiveness has the power to transform not just the forgiven, but also those who witness it. So, dear viewers, here's a challenge for you. Try to bring a little bit of Keanu's kindness into your day. Whether it's forgiving someone who's upset you, or simply smiling at a stranger, small acts of kindness can change the world. Remember, you never know what someone else is going through. A little kindness can go a long way. It could be the thing that turns someone's day, or even their life, around. Here are some ways you can spread kindness in your daily life. Offer a genuine compliment to someone. Help a stranger with a small task. Listen actively when someone is speaking to you. Forgive someone who has wronged you. Volunteer in your community. Reach out to a friend or family member you haven't spoken to in a while. Practice patience with someone who is frustrating you. This story isn't just about Keanu Reeves. It's about all of us. It's about the choice we make every day to be kind, to be understanding, and to see the best in others. Imagine a world where everyone responded to negativity with kindness. how different would our lives be? How much better would our communities, our countries, our world become? Every time we choose kindness, we create a ripple effect. That kindness touches not just the person we're directly interacting with, but also everyone who witnesses or hears about that act of kindness. In this way, one small act can touch countless lives. Have you ever had an encounter that changed your perspective on life? Or have you witnessed an act of kindness that left you speechless? Share your stories in the comments below. Let's inspire each other. Maybe you were on the receiving end of an unexpected act of kindness. Or perhaps you chose to respond with kindness in a difficult situation and saw how it transformed the interaction. Whatever your experience, we want to hear about it. By sharing our stories, we can inspire and encourage each other to keep choosing kindness, even when it's difficult. As we wrap up this incredible story, let's take a moment to appreciate not just Keanu Reeves, but all the unsung heroes out there who choose kindness every day. They may not be famous, but they're changing the world one small act at a time. Remember, you have the power to be someone's Keanu Reeves today. You have the power to respond to negativity with kindness, to forgive, and to spread love. Every interaction is an opportunity to make this choice. So, the next time you're faced with a difficult person or situation, ask yourself, what would Keanu do? The story of Keanu and Tom didn't end when they left the plane. Tom, deeply moved by the experience, decided to make some major changes in his life. He started volunteering at a local charity, using his business skills to help them raise funds and operate more efficiently. He made an effort to be kinder to his employees, focusing on creating a positive work environment rather than just driving for profits. Tom even reached out to Keanu's publicist to make a donation to a charity of Keanu's choice, as a way of making amends and paying forward the kindness he had received. As for Keanu, he continued being his usual kind self, unaware of the massive impact his simple act of forgiveness had made. But the passengers on that flight never forgot. Many of them shared the story with friends and family, spreading the message of kindness and humility far and wide. The story inspired what some people started calling the Keanu effect. People around the world began sharing their own stories of choosing kindness in difficult situations. Social media challenges emerged, encouraging people to be like Keanu for a day, a week, or even longer. Schools started incorporating the story into their character education programs, using it as a powerful example of the impact of kindness and forgiveness. The most important thing to remember from this story is that you have the power to change the world through your actions. You might not be a famous celebrity, but your kindness can have just as much impact on the people around you. Every day, you have countless opportunities to choose kindness. In the way you treat your family, your friends, your coworkers, and even strangers on the street. Each of these interactions is a chance to make the world a little bit better. Thank you so much for watching this video and being part of our amazing community. If you enjoyed this story and want to see more content like this, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. Also, let us know in the comments what other inspiring stories you'd like us to cover. Your feedback helps us create content that you'll love. Until next time, keep spreading kindness, and remember, be excellent to each other. And always keep in mind, in a world where you can be anything, choose to be kind. Because as Keanu Reeves showed us, true strength isn't about power or money, it's about having the courage to respond to negativity with kindness and understanding. So go out there and be someone's Keanu today. You never know how much of an impact you might make.